TakeTones.com. TakeTones.com.
Meet this nigga. Yo, Joe, you was broke as fuck? Oh, hell nah. Yo, I keep telling, shout out to my man DJ Ghost. He said this recently. YouTubers got more money than rappers. Joe, that nigga said you were broke as fuck when he met you. And we know he ain't had nothing but lint and 3 pennies in his pocket. He said he had more than you. What y'all had going on, brother? That's tough. Nah, this is bad. No, this is bad. Yo, Joe, you was out here struggling? Joe, all you gotta do, nigga, just hit up Big Act, man. We gonna get a show with one of these motherfuckers, get some millions. It's all good. Mealy Mo said he had more bread than you, bro. Holy.
I was always hustling. Always doing shit
Nigga was always scamming. This nigga's a scammer. Mealy Mo is a scammer. Hustling is a scamming. That's what he means.
shouldn't have been doing, that I didn't really want to do at a time in my life. Allegedly. But I'm just saying, like, I was always a nigga that if I had to go get it, I would go get it. So don't try to paint me like I'm some nigga that you found on the street and I was fucked up, I was homeless, and I was sleeping on your couch. I'm hiding detergent and all this shit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Let's talk about what you hiding. Because every time it's a talk about accounting, it's always some argumentative energy coming from you only, not from me, not from you.
Never.
I'm never arguing about money, especially not with my niggas. I'm not doing that. But if every time we present some shit about accounting and you want to start arguing to them, well, audit me then, fam, I'm never taking my niggas to court. And the first thing you say is, if y'all try to start a podcast, I'm suing the pants off of y'all.
Yo, Chad, I ain't even taking credit. Let me tell you this. The moment I start showing to the whole, listen, fuck these rappers broke anyway. The moment I start showing to all these media niggas and everybody else that act, I live more than great. Everybody been checking their numbers twice, calling their accountants, doing everything. They're wondering why, like, yeah, I get it. Trust me. Ever since I started doing it, that's why from here on out, every car I get, I'm about to order something like in 2 weeks for my next birthday because it's going to take a year to come. Ever since then, these niggas been like in disarray. I remember Peter Rosenberg, he wrote me a whole thing. He said, yeah, no, I've been in the industry for 20 years. I'm not jealous of you. And I'm like, fuck. You wrote a whole paragraph. Like, what the fuck is up with you? Listen to these niggas.
Who are you, my nigga?
At that
like,
point,
who did you just turn into?
Oh, man.
Everything that we stood for on this podcast all these years about, you know, corporate fucking over the creatives and this, that. Like, I've seen Joe do fucked up shit in business. And
Millie Moore, let me stop you right here. Joe Budden doesn't value you or Rory as a creator. Let me just tell you this. When he talking that creator shit, he talking about himself. You shocked? You can be shocked. He thinks he's the creator. You're just hired help. You're shocked? You can't be shocked. You've been with this thing for 6 years. He's the creator. Joe looks at himself as Dave Chappelle of the podcasting game. You're hired help. He don't look at you niggas like creators. Are these niggas retarded? You know why he don't look at y'all as creators? Because he feels like any creating y'all did was with his assistants because y'all was sitting right next to him. You didn't give him a chance to see some shit y'all did without him. He feels like LeBron. When I'm with y'all, y'all go to the playoffs. Except here's the difference between y'all and like other teams. When LeBron leave, those teams usually perform bad. Y'all don't even play. Y'all don't even give him a chance to see how y'all could do y'all thing without him. He doesn't view you as a creator. Let me explain it to you. And again, I'm going to tell you, I ain't talked to Joe, but nigga, it's clearly obvious. I'm not dumb like you niggas. You know why Joe has gained more respect for me over time? Me and Joe ain't done a fucking show, ain't been on oh shit, I spilled some shit. I ain't been on camera with Joe since 2017. We went on live, but we haven't been on camera together. And you know what happened with me without Joe? My name, my brand still grew. It didn't shrink. It didn't disappear. That's why he has respect for me. Because he knows me and him, we're a special duo. We're a special combo. It's going to be great no matter what. But I don't need him. And he always knew he never needed me. That's why respect is there. You know why you don't got no respect for y'all? Because he don't think y'all could do it without him. Y'all never tried to do it without him. I heard his last thing. He said, when we went on vacation, we didn't tell them to go on vacation. Everybody else here should have went on vacation, which means y'all could have had the podcast in that week or whatever without him. He wanted to see if y'all could do it by yourselves. You know what y'all did? Nothing. He doesn't respect you niggas as creators because you never created anything without him assisting. I hope that sinks in your fucking brain.
Music to companies and labels, but I don't care about that because they owe us anyway, so fuck them. Mm-hmm. Never in a million years did I think you would be sitting somewhere talking crazy about me. Not a nigga like me, a nigga that ain't been nothing but stand up with you. As long as you know me, I never did no foul shit to Joe. Never. In fact, I've gotten Joe out of situations where it could have been bad for him. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like really bad for him.
I can see having a different lens.
I frontlined that. Me. Mm. When that shit happened with Consequence, my man popped on Cons. No disrespect to Cons. But that was my homie. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That was my homie that frontlined that. Mm-hmm. He called, yo, nigga, Cons swung on me. Yo, niggas got to come down here. Say no more. But now you trying to play like I was some flunky nigga sleeping on a couch like you found me on some corner and gave a nigga a roof for you fuck.
Yes, you were a fucking bum.
You think you talking to, nigga?
You talking to you.
And I don't mean to present this type of energy, man. But that shit, niggas ain't going to assassinate Maul's character. My shit been A1. Any nigga that know me that had dealings with me, my shit is A1. So don't ever sit nowhere on no fucking platform and try to make it seem like you came and saved me from the streets or you scooped me up off a corner and I was in front of 7-Eleven stinking and shit. We not doing that. We not doing that. That's not happening. I don't like doing this shit. Maul's real cool. I don't even put this type of energy out there. But when niggas try to defamate my character, I don't play with that. You could steal from me.
You mean defame?
You could.
Did you just say you could steal from me? That's why you mad. You're claiming Joe stole from you. All right, if you say you can steal from me, let niggas steal.
Take money from me. You could do whatever you want. But one thing you know.
Why are you here then?
Not going to do is defamate my character and try to put me out here to the people like I'm some nut ass nigga. All
right. With that statement, I hope you never sue him then. You said he could steal from you. You said he could rob you blindly. But he just can't defamate, which means he can't defame your character. Okay, cool. You better not sue that nigga for no money.
Not doing that. That's not fuck this podcast, fuck this money, fuck all of this shit. You're not gonna defamate my character.
Yo, I hate this, man. Yo, stop acting like you real, nigga. Are you dumb? You're mad that the nigga don't want to pay y'all. Whatever y'all think y'all are owed. And y'all think he hiding money. Stop saying fuck this money. You're arguing over the money. Why niggas be acting cool like that? I don't give a fuck about none of this. You care all about this. What are you talking about?
Character, my nigga. I've been too solid of a nigga for you to ever sit somewhere and try to defamate my character.
Shut up, nigga. You hid Tide Pods under your pillow, nigga. Fuck that. Fuck that, man. You hid Tide Pods under your pillow. You deserve nothing. Your brother is a part owner of Rockefeller, and you were living with Joe Budden. Fuck that.
Not doing that. When you said that fuck shit you said to me at Park's crib, talking about you, this is none of your business.
It's none of your business.
I knew what it was then. And I told you that, Rory. I said, yo, Rory, it's over. And he was like, what you talking about? I said, fam, this nigga just told me that this podcast is none of my business. Looked me in my eyes and said, it's none of my business.
Yo, could somebody get a temperature check of this nigga? This nigga got COVID or some other shit? I don't give a fuck about the money. Don't give a fuck about the contract. Don't give a fuck about the business. Don't give a fuck about podcasting. Yo, how you gonna tell me it's none of my business? Nigga, you just said you ain't give a fuck about all that shit. Why is it your business? What is wrong with this fucking idiot? You literally just said you don't give a fuck about money, podcasting, business. You don't give a fuck about anything, yet you're mad that somebody said, okay, when you ask a question about business, oh, never mind, it's none of your business. You just say you don't care about it.
That for me said everything. You finally just said it, but you've been feeling like that, nigga. You've been moving like that. You just finally said
shit.
it.
We're naive and thinking friends.
Because I'm thinking you my man.
There was cues to it.
It's plenty of times we traveling, we touring. I'm like, yo, fam, how am I getting the same payout when we sell 1,500 seats and we sell 2,000 seats? You think I'm stupid? How am I still getting the same money for that? That don't even add up.
I don't care about the money, but yo, how am I still getting the same money? Chat, are y'all confused already? I kept telling y'all, Rory, Duce Palooza is in the tanks. We found out one of your mans on there been raping bitches. Real talk. We found out. Y'all niggas ran into hiding. Duce just backed off of y'all. You ain't want to talk about that one, do you? Oh, no. Okay, cool. Bet. So Duce Palooza been out of here. This is the only show in town for you, buddy. All is too cool. I don't care about podcasts and I don't care about this. Rory and Millie Moy, I'm trying to tell y'all, this is your livelihood. Fuck acting cool. This is your livelihood. This is why you care. This is how you care.
It don't even make sense. But what we did, that's the homie. We'll fix it. We'll figure it out. Let's just keep it moving. Let's just keep growing the show. Cool. But enough is enough, fam. Like, I'm not the smartest nigga in the room, but I'm not the dumbest nigga either.
Stop it. You definitely the dumbest.
Not the dumbest nigga. I'm humble. I'm forgiving. I'm laid back. I'm relaxed. I'm chill. I'm all of those things. I'm not stupid.
If you're not stupid, where'd you hide the last 3 Tide Pods at, nigga? Where'd you hide them at, nigga? Where'd you hide them at, nigga? This is the dumbest thing in the rule. Mealy fucking Mall. Jay-Z's pre-cum, he was born with a quarter of a brain.
I could play like I'm stupid. I could act like I'm stupid. But sooner or later, I'm going to pull you by your coattail.
Yo, don't stupid niggas always tell you that they're acting stupid? You're like, no, you're really dumb. No, you're not acting. This is you. You're dumb as shit.
Don't say, yo, fam, let me holler at you real quick because I peeped game already. And I just want you to know that we're not doing that. And for me, that's all it was. And when he told you to miss a few episodes, when you sent me that text, I'm like, okay, this nigga trying to play the boss card.
Well, no, he also said that he told me to take Tuesday and Friday off.
Yo, what do you mean he's trying to play the boss? He's the boss. Wait. What do you mean he's trying to play he's the boss? Yo, these things are delusional. I keep telling y'all, these 2 bozos, one are working the hamburgers, one are working the fries. This is McDonald's. By the way, Joe just hired 2 new niggas, and they look like they cook up Krabby Patties way better than these bozos. You work the fries, that's it, nigga. That's it.
Again, we not.
That's, I don't want
we
to
got
get
the
into
text. It's lies. It's just lies, fam. And if we like,
and
fuck
never
it, it's
called me
over.
until we had to talk.
Right.
And then said, yo, let's get in our respective corners for the next month. And then came back and said, yo, we abandoned the pod, even though it was some shit that you agreed upon.
But listen,
actually,
all
it was
of that,
your idea.
Right. But all of that, let's go to our corners. Cool, we agreed to it. But we can't go to our corners and then you pop up on the show that I helped build and Rory helped build with 2 new niggas, and no disrespect to them. No disrespect. I don't even want them to feel like it's negative energy towards them. It's none of that. No disrespect
I fuck
to
with
them.
Ice and Ish.
I'm just saying.
They good people.
You tried to make it look away.
You bitch ass niggas are mad because after 4 weeks, I think the first week I was like, yeah, Joe is in disarray. After 4 weeks of y'all not showing up, people start falling in love with the other two niggas. And let me predict the future. Y'all bums have dipped. The two new niggas will move on to Joe's main podcast. Joe, if you're smart, don't name it the Joe Budden Podcast with Ice and Ish. No disrespect to both y'all. No issues with y'all. But this is the Joe Budden and Friends podcast. It could be y'all. It could be his ex-girlfriend, his side chick, his son. It could be his op. It could be me, Charlemagne, Schultz, anybody. It's Joe Budden's platform. Remember I told you that. Don't put no more Stooge's name in the title, Joe. Because you know why these two bozos were mad? They got mad because they thought the audience was going to hate everything the new niggas did. And the moment the new niggas, the audience said, well, they ain't that bad, I fuck with them, they felt betrayed. They're only mad you try to replace him because it worked. If it didn't work, they would be laughing at you. When it worked, their leverage went out the window. If their plan worked and nobody fucked with it, they would be demanding more. They tried to do a power play. Joe, you know this yourself. If Complex was able to succeed with replacing you on the Friday episode, nigga, they would have done way more shit and said, fuck paying Joe and deal with Joe. Let's keep doing this. It didn't work. And when it didn't work, it was hell. Joe, it's the same thing going on. These bozos are only mad that you replaced them because it worked. They were hoping it didn't work. They only are mad that it did. Remember that.
What you tried to do was you tried to move us out, prove that you can keep the show going without us, because all you really want to do is put two niggas on there that's going to take a salary, because that was your thing with us when we started talking about accounting. Yo, when this deal is over, I'm putting y'all on a salary. What's the first thing we said? It's not happening. It's not happening. You putting who on a salary? Mm-hmm. Salary?
No, I remember the conversation.
That's not happening.
And this was before the Spotify, or in between the Spotify deal.
This is what I'm saying. Salary, who, me? After we done put all these years in and all this sweat equity trying to build this shit? Salary, me?
And on top of that, let me backtrack even more. When we talking about percentages, three of us was in the parking lot of Totowa. Yo, we should do this percentage, cool. And then we started talking about numbers on like some fun shit, chilling, like, yo, we could probably get this amount from this. Yo, I wouldn't give y'all that percentage off that deal, though. And we was like, Joe, that's not how percentages work. Right. I wouldn't give you that much money.
Right.
And you naive. I'm thinking we just joking around type of shit. But
no, you gotta
be accountable in your shit.
You thinking your friend would never do
being naive.
Like that.
I remember that conversation vividly when we brought up those percentages and then brought up a lump sum of what that would be. And he said, oh, I wouldn't give y'all that percentage off that lump sum. Like, yeah. No, that's how a percentage works, Joe.
See, but see, you know what it is, man? And it's to me, and this is just my perspective. I feel like Joe feels like a lot of the success of this podcast is based off of his music career. Right? I feel like he thinks it's
Let me stop that there. Millie Moore. The success of the Joe Budden podcast is not based on Joe Budden's music career. It's based on Joe's personality. Joe, while having a personality that never clashed with the industry, was never good for music. It was good for blog TV. It was good for shit like Love and Hip Hop. It was good for all the melodramas we saw with him and all the undocumented chicks he used to bag out of Dykeman. Joe had a knack for creating stars on stars on stars out of some big booty Spanish bitches out of Dykeman. We saw mad of them come out, okay? Trust me. That's where we realize Joe has a thing about him. It's not about music. No one listens. I don't think this dumbass nigga realizes that no one is listening to the Joe Budden podcast because they think Joe... Nigga, I was on a debate show with him. Nigga, I only ever tried to listen to Moon Music bullshit tapes because I had to work with a nigga. I don't give a fuck. The nigga he's a interesting person. He's a very engaging person. He will bring you and get your attention. If you think his music is what's made him popular as a podcaster, you worked for 6 years for nothing. The things that made him fail in music is what made him a great podcaster. He's a different nigga. He has certain shit about him. The closest thing I could even consider is when he was calling out, was it Ransom? He was outside of Applebee's. The way he talked, the way he was trying to relate shit is why people tune in. So this example you're about to give is null and void. Joe would be an idiot to think that his music brought people into the podcast. And anybody else who thought that would be an idiot to think that people are tuning in because they like his music. People, through his ups and downs, failures and success, liked him. And people, just like how the people like me, there's people who hate me. Niggas who tune into me, some want to see me just catch an L. Some want to see me win. But they're going to tune in regardless. And when you look at the numbers, it just says a bunch of people. You don't know who's who. Same with Joe. That's what this fucking dumbass nigga don't realize. But I'll play what he says.
The trickle-down effect from his music career to the podcast. And my thing is, it's not. I've been in some of these cities when you were a rapper, Joe. I've been in some of these cities. It wasn't, this many people weren't showing up for you. And see, and again, through all of this, I've had time to replay some shit in my head, and you know how certain shit has started to like come together. And he said something at the Highline Ballroom show we did when we were in the dressing room. He had went outside, he had recorded the people wrapped around the corner, and he came back and he said, yo, I got these niggas wrapped around the block. I got the line around the corner. And I looked at him and I said, Joe, you don't have the line around the corner. We have the line around the corner. Because you've done shows here before and you've never had the line around the corner. You've done shows in Philly and you've never had the line around the corner. You've done shows in Boston and you've never had the line around the corner. And that's fine. But it's like the ego, the greed.
I get it.
It just becomes too much, and it's like,
and to his right too on personality. Yes, he has grown a large part of his personality outside of rapping with a huge fan base.
Cool. Which is why you get the percentage you get.
Which is why he gets.
Which is why you get the percentage you get. Well, I'm not nigga. I'm a regular nigga from uptown, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't come here with no fan base. Like, I get it. I'm gonna take my low percentage and chill. But you're not gonna jerk me on my percentage that I took.
And this whole crazy value conversation that everyone's been debating about us and this and that, and yo, they don't do shit here. They do a bunch of shit over here, this and that. Maul and I have never said we're these crazy personalities ever.
Never said it, bro.
I've never bragged about what I do.
I'll gladly admit that. I didn't have an audience. You know, right. I was known in a.
You was a bum. Yo, chat. You want me to do this one more time? I'll do it again. You want me to do it again? I'll do it again, Chad. All right, see, y'all playing with me. You know what? Listen. Let me do it right now. Remember when these niggas was trying to talk to me? Yo, you don't know type of... Oh, hold on, I got it. Always remember... Y'all niggas was bums. Rory, I pulled up your resume on camera and I'll do it again, you fucking bum. This was you. You was a digital marketing manager. Let me tell y'all this about all digital marketing manager. They bought this house and they bought my next house because they all got to pay me. Surprise. They push buttons for companies and for agencies. They don't got no fucking original creative bone in their body. And I work with them still. And if I could talk like this and they still gonna pay me, who's the boss? That's his claim to fame. Let's scroll down though. Well, actually, I think he took the shit off here because the last time we put it, it showed some Sony shit. He took that shit the fuck off. His name is Rory Farrell. Anyway, you niggas was bums. Just let me just say that flat out. There's nothing you could say because when y'all niggas try to shit on me, at this point y'all are starting to realize, and I'm glad my name ain't been mentioned thus far because I've lapped y'all in so many ways, and y'all realize there's nothing you can say about me. What you gonna say? Oh, well, yo, he corny. Y'all let me know. Who y'all want to be this week? The multimillionaire with a big-ass mansion and multiple fucking foreign cars, or the niggas who just got fired? No more question. And I know somebody like, yo, Act, this is beneath you. It will never be beneath me to get at these bums. It's a lifelong mission. Okay? Anyway, let's get back to this.
Couple circles.
Fam, I like talking with my friends.
That's it.
There's value amongst the three of us. Now, do I think Joe has crazy value by himself? Do I think you have crazy value by yourself? Do I think I have crazy value by myself? Yes.
Wait.
Whatever you think that value is from a number standpoint, whatever. But the three of us together with some...
What? All right, let me ask y'all a question real quick. What value y'all think Rory has by himself? I want to know. I want to know. What value y'all think Millie Moore has by himself? I want to know. Could y'all let me know?
Different type of value.
And let's recognize that. Let's just recognize that.
I never walked in that pod and say, yo, I make this shit.
Yeah, but that demeanor was never presented from this side.
Ever.
Like, I'm not, you know, I see the people online, they saying, oh, y'all, you know, Joe made y'all. Cool, if that's what you want to, but there's a reason he called me and asked me to join the pod, fam. And no disrespect to you, Rory, but when I came on, I feel like I made this shit more palatable.
I agree.
I feel like I made this shit more cool. I feel like I gave this shit a different...
I made this shit more cool. This fucking idiot, bro.
Energy, like, no disrespect to nobody. You my guy. You know I fuck with you. But I just made... No, I'm just saying, I feel like he knows that, though. So then say that, nigga. Don't let Charlemagne come on the show and have to say it. Why you don't say it?
I remember when you had come on in the second episode, Joe and I were still in the talks of the girl thing, still at that point, because we want to. Yo, Maul, let's just be the guys podcast. Maul killing this shit.
And but my only problem.
See, and I also don't take any. People are just weirdos in that type of. I don't take offense to that.
No.
I know what you did when you came on.
I'm not taking offense to it. I'm just saying that he don't speak up about that shit. He don't be like, nah, you bugging. Like, nah, my man, they got value. They bring shit to this. Like, he let these narratives run and he play into them.
Bro, he don't think that. He don't think y'all are valuable, nigga. Y'all never done that. It would be hard for me to think that someone around me is valuable if I'd never seen them do stuff without me. I would think the value all attributes to me because the one catalyst in the shit I've done without you and the shit I'm doing with you is me.
I'm like, of course it's like, fam, like, I see all of that, but he know that I don't give a fuck about that. Like, he know that I'm just the type of dude, like, nigga, I don't care about that, man. Like, nigga, we having fun, we busting it up, we making some money. We looked up one day, we had an audience. Cool. Yeah. But my thing is, like, we gotta put your ego put your ego to the side, homie. Put your ego to the side. Like, it's not that it's not that serious. Like, what you doing right now, what you did to your niggas, the way he up there talking about me, the way he up there talking about, that's corny. Like, that's corny shit to me, fam. Like, you saying...
There's a few things that really offend me. Him saying Rory's measly ass and that I was trying to manipulate shit. Let's be transparent and tell the truth more. Because I'm the only one that was talking to him and was talking to you.
Right.
I was trying to save this fucking podcast like you would not fucking believe. With two people that were done with it. Joe was done with the shit. You were done with the shit, and I'm the only one sitting here trying to keep this shit going. So when Joe brings up these words like measly, yo, you lost your leverage. Leverage on what? What is this narrative talking about leverage? I didn't go into any type of thing to have leverage.
Again,
I'm trying to save our fucking podcast, and these are the terms that need to happen, which is terms we agreed upon 2 years ago.
Rory, you're not trying to save the podcast. The Joe Budden podcast exists with or without you. You're trying to save your job. Let me say it one more time. You're not trying to save the podcast. You're trying to save your job. The podcast won't be named something different when Ice and Ish are on it. It'll be called the Joe Budden Podcast yet again. It's not going to go away. It's not going to do less numbers. It's going to do the same numbers because people have adopted that to their routine. Let's slow down on you thinking that you're trying to do people a favor. What leverage that nigga was talking about is that you thought that it would be abundantly clear that you guys could not be replaced. You know what Joe realized? You guys are replaceable. How did he find out that? He put 2 new niggas on for a couple of weeks, and people, first week, what about the old guys? Second week, wait, the old guy's not coming back. The third week, yo, these guys not that bad. The fourth week, oh, we fuck with them. The leverage was, and Rory, this is why I hate bum-ass things like you. You even said it. Part of you guys not showing up is kind of like when Joe tried to not show up for Friday episodes with Complex. I have the context because I worked at Complex. Joe came back with leverage because contracts changed because Joe wasn't there. The amount of money promised to Complex was changed because Joe didn't show up. So you know what? He came back with, oh, I got some leverage. You know why he said, and people do think, and I believe you lost leverage? Because your only leverage would be, well, if we not on the episode, people ain't going to tune in as much. Remember what I said earlier in the stream? The people are there for Joe. Joe got the contracts. And if Joe could pull similar views with whoever else, what has changed? He didn't have a proof of concept till he put in Ice and Ish for 4 weeks. He did. And the moment, let me tell you, you know the moment you got fired, Rory? The moment he realized he didn't need you anymore. And that was the week you didn't show up. It was a week that Ice and Ish did a great job handling the episode with him and Kevin Samuels that did like a couple million. It was the week he realized these dudes are pressing me for percentage while these dudes are lucky to be here. And that's why, Joe, I'm going to keep giving you the advice. Have no permanent host on your podcast. They will all eventually be entitled like Rory and Mealy Mall. Even if you fuck with them, bring him on for 2 weeks out of the month and bring on 2 or other new people for the other 2 weeks. Priceless advice, but I'm only giving it because Joe my guy.
I'm not looking for leverage.
Right.
If I was looking for leverage, that would come in renegotiation.
Right.
I'm not as fucking stupid as you think.
Right.
Stop with these narratives to dump.
You are looking for leverage. Rory, who you think niggas stupid? If you didn't show up to the new episodes, the nigga told you to take 2 episodes off. You didn't show up for three more weeks or 4 or 5 more weeks. You wanted to prove a point. That's called leverage. You wanted to prove that you are needed. And maybe he shouldn't have the error of judgment to tell you not to show up. That's proving a point.
People that just think you smart. There was I wasn't looking for leverage on anything. I was trying to save this podcast, and I talked with my mans, and I talked with you, and I put together a list of what would happen on top of the things I needed as well. You said you was going to meet them, said, oh, wait, that's all y'all need?
Right.
And then didn't meet them.
Right.
And then you was wondering why this didn't happen.
Right.
So I'm the one manipulating shit. You
Right.
came to me and said I could easily make this.
Let me help you out, Rory. You know, in the terms of like, you know, a marriage, there's a term to call it's cheaper to keep her. Which means it's cheaper to be with her. Even if you cheat like a motherfucker, it's cheaper to be with her than go through a divorce. You know what Joe realized? It's cheaper to let y'all go. That's all that happened. It's business. But where do you break friendship and business? That's the problem. Because Joe's probably thinking, y'all expecting percentages, y'all doing audits, y'all barely showing up, y'all got stank attitudes, y'all doing this, y'all doing that. I just saw 2 new replacements who don't even care about percentages. They just good if I just like send them cars every week and they'll show up for whatever. It's not cheaper to keep you bums. It's cheaper to let y'all go. That's what he did. I keep saying y'all was trying to save the podcast. I keep telling you the podcast continues with or without you. So what did you save? You were trying to save your jobs.
This shit happened. Came back. Nothing happened.
Right. And another thing that I've seen people say, oh, you riding with Rory. I'm riding with what's right.
Did anyone ever think you was doing what was best for you and I was doing what was best for me? And we wasn't even riding for each other?
Right. But see, again, that's why this is important, because like I said, I didn't even want to do this. You didn't want to do this, but we came to something. We was like, it's absolutely necessary because these narratives have to stop. We got to put it into this because this is not what happened. This is not the truth. And again, I give you a whole bunch of credit because when he told you to stay home, the first thing I told you was, I said, Rory, I'm not recording without you.
I remember.
I'm not doing that. I said, because to me, that's nasty. It's basically saying, like, you know, we go to the club, the bouncer say your man can't get in, he ain't got the right shoes on. And then we continue to go in the club. That's corny. I'm never doing that. Fuck it. We all leaving. So when he said he told you to stay home, nah, we not doing that. Go to the studio, Joe, let me holler at you. And we have the talk we have. And then that turns into something else. It's like, Joe, why is it always a problem when people are having a conversation about this show and you're not around? Like, do you feel like niggas is trying to conspire some shit behind your back? Because that's not what it is, bro. Niggas are having creative talks on how to make this shit better, how to grow this shit, productive conversations. I said, but you being real defensive when you're not around and people are talking about the show, it's saying something.
Same way 6 years ago when Elliot and I just went to lunch.
Especially when you have a whole bunch of conversations about this podcast and we not around, and then we continue to be like, okay, let's roll with it. Let's roll with it.
He owns it. He owns it. It's his to talk about, not yours.
All right, cool. And again, we might have to take some onus in that because we probably let that go on. We probably let that go on for too long. So cool, we'll take some onus on that. But then when we had that talk and I'm just seeing him, I'm just like, he thinks that he's really this new guy. Because I'm hearing it and then the way he's talking to me, and I'm just like, I think y'all got things twisted. No, we don't got nothing twisted. I think that money started to come in. You started to see more money than you ever seen in your life. You started to have conversations with niggas you wanted to have conversations with as a rapper that would never talk to you. So I think that you starting to feel like this new person and you got this new leash on life, which is fine. I'm not even mad at that, but don't bring that energy.
Love that for my people.
Keep that energy with some groupie bitches. Keep that energy with some fans. Don't bring that energy to your niggas, though. You can have an ego with women and fans and all of that. Don't have no ego with your niggas that built something with you, that was in the trenches with you like I was. A nigga that done been locked up with you like I was.
And if you remember the conversation the three of us had that what we thought was productive, he said, yes, I like my ego. My ego is important in certain places. I should channel it better, but I should never channel it the way I channeled it with my friends. This is his words, not mine.
But then what happened now? Like,
That's
that
what
went
I'm
out
saying.
the window? Because we had a 5-hour conversation at his house. We thought we made some pride. And be clear, I got to give my guy Rory props on this too. I was done with the pod after that conversation we had. I was done.
That's why that measly word and that
like, you ain't gonna never look me in my eyes.
Bothered me so fucking much. I'm like, fam, I was the one trying to keep this shit together.
I'm gonna give you that credit because I told you, I said, Rory, I would never sit down with him again. I said, because I can't fake it. That energy, that chemistry, that laughing shit, the fun, it's not there no more. When you look me in my eyes and tell me after all these years, all this grinding, all this building and pushing that we did, you tell me that this shit is none of my business, I could never unhear that, fam. I can never unhear you say that to me.
And granted, maybe there's a bunch of adjectives for me trying to force this podcast to keep going. It's not measly. It's not liar. It's not manipulator.
No. Listen, and I'll have your back on that. It was never that with you.
Did I force something? Maybe. Did I try too hard to make sure the shit?
No.
Because I really thought we could get back to it. Maybe.
No. You know what you did? You did what you were supposed to do as a friend. Like, yo, fam, let's just make this shit right. Let's just make this shit right. Like, fuck it, man. We built something dope. This is just a bump in the road. Let's patch this shit up. Let's keep it moving. But I'm gonna be honest. Like I told you, I said, fam, I'm done. I had a 3-hour FaceTime with Royce, and we talked about everything.
And I text Royce afterwards after you called me, and I thanked Royce.
He talked to me about a whole bunch of slaughterhouse shit. He talked to me about a whole bunch of, and it was like, but I'm telling Royce, I'm like, fam, just in the way again, he had to pull up with Crook. Never put it out.
I watched it.
Never put it out. But
it's a great pull up.
He said something in that pull up that when I saw it, it stuck with me. And when the shit fell apart with us, that shit played in my head. And him and Crook were talking about, Crook said something to the extent of, but bro, we have a contract with them. We gotta honor our contract. We signed this, we agreed to this, we gotta honor that. And Joe's response was, I don't give a fuck about no contract. I don't honor no contracts. And Crook just laughed like, all right, well, if that's how you feel, what are we even talking about? Like, I can't, it's no talking to you. Mm-hmm. And when he said that, I'm like, you don't honor no contracts. Well, and here we are today.
Well, also, let's get into some of that conversation that we had where Joe was saying, because I want to make this as fair as possible, and I don't like to speak for people unless I speak for them.
This is
correctly.
all the truth.
No, I know.
That's why I could sit here comfortably. What color is this? Is this like what's this? Pistachio? Let's call it pistachio. I'm sitting here in my teal. I'm in my teal pistachio. My karma is beautiful. My aura is. I'm great, man.
Joe said he didn't even honor our contract and overpaid us because he said he looked at our contract and saw what that money would have been off our percentage base and said, "Ugh, I don't like it." I want this to be the last time we talk about this, so I'm even gonna put in his good points that he said.
Right.
Which, again, I'm not sitting here saying I didn't believe my mans when he said that.
Right. Right.
I did.
Okay, cool, yeah.
And I said,
thank you.
I said, yo, thank you. Yeah. That's fire. That's some real solid, real man shit to do.
Right.
But when we go back to the points of when we get in our respected corners, let's figure out what makes this work for our friendship and the business side. Mm-hmm. Accounting got brought back into play from when it stopped with the pandemic. Mm-hmm. And everyone made it clear, I don't care how far you dance around it, just throwing numbers in an Excel spreadsheet is not accounting.
It's not accounting.
So yes, did I get accounting that said I was overpaid? Did I get accounting that said Joe is the greatest guy on earth? Of course. Mm-hmm. I did. And even then, did not say he was wrong. I said, just give me the regular accounting. Like, you taking a whole month and getting mad at me and resenting me because you've been overpaying me but didn't tell anyone, and you now have the accountants working on this instead of something else, and they're offended and this and that.
Well, let me be clear. I don't think we were overpaid.
I'm still on the side of
you don't sit on that.
I don't know anything.
You don't know.
That's been my issue the whole time.
I'm just going with the optic. You don't sit on the set and talk about me and talk about you the way he did, and then underneath all of that, you're overpaying somebody. It don't add up.
Let's say I'm overpaid.
It don't add up.
Let's say I'm overpaid.
That energy don't even match.
You don't
overpay people that you feel like that about, and that you end up talking about like.
Yo, I hope these niggas never do a podcast. Yo, these niggas is boring as watching paint dry. Bro, I'm about to fall asleep over here, man. Like, what are they talking about?
Said, this is about money. Rory's asking about money. Let's dead that now. Spotify deal is about to end. Even before we even went into negotiations, Joe had said to me on some friend shit, we was at lunch, he said, I already don't think this is going to be a good situation for us. I said, bet. I've been saving my money. Fuck Spotify. If they come back with a crazy amount of number, but it don't make sense for us, fuck it. I don't care. Mm-hmm. I've been saving my money. I don't splurge like that. I'm chilling. Mm-hmm. And at this point, I think it was 6 or 7 months before our deal even ended. So I was like, let's just get back. Nobody go crazy with their bread. And if we got to go independent, we got to go independent. That's great. Whatever. That's probably a cool scenario. You don't have to worry about me at all. Mm-hmm. Don't ever make a decision, and I said this to him 1,000 times during that Spotify deal. That's why this also offends me off his shit. I said, don't ever think you have to worry about me with money. Mm-hmm. Don't ever.
Further proof, as I kept telling y'all, man, this fucking bum-ass, bitch-ass nigga never knew a fucking thing about a Spotify deal, man. Get this bozo out of here, man.
ever make a decision about me that has to do with making sure I'm paid.
Right.
I love you for that, but don't ever do it. Cash App deal comes around. Pardon, his Cash App deal for his pull-ups, according to him. We leave Spotify. He starts bringing in Cash App to our podcast. Amazing. Love that. Cool. I get an email from the accounting company, CC'd with Ian, on what a payment is going to be per month. This is the Cash App deal.
Yep.
Naturally, as I always do, and as I told Joe since the day we started doing business together, I don't care if it's $10 or $10 billion. I'm going to ask, so what is it? Cash App deal was great. It was around the exact same money, if not a couple $100 more than what we were doing with Spotify per month. Amazing. Love you for getting that, my dude. Just ask, so what is this?
Right.
Simple question. Left it alone. Didn't even really get an answer. Didn't particularly care.
Right.
Everything's cool. We in a pandemic. We don't have a deal. You out there getting us money. My God. Fuck with you. Don't care. Whatever. This is about the show.
All right, chat. Yo, fuck this bum ass dude. 6ix9ine keep calling me. He want to talk to y'all. I told him I'm on stream. He said, who cares? You always call me while you're on stream. Let me answer this nigga. Jesus Christ.